Ladies and gentlemen, huge news. Washington Post, canon rules Trump lawyers don't have to clarify claims on Mar-a-Lago documents. Politico, judge again sides with Trump in Mar-a-Lago documents fight. Really quickly, the reason the judge is siding with Trump is that A, he did not commit a crime. You don't have to investigate whether or not Trump committed a crime, as if they're trying to find out this elaborate plot of a former president who took classified data from the United States government. He's a former president with the power to declassify. And he had documents for a library. President Obama had 30 million documents that they said, whoa, they were unclassified. The chances of 30 million presidential records being unclassified initially is like zero. But anyway, nobody knows how long it took 30 million pages to be reviewed by the National Archives, and they still haven't been digitized or in some kind of accessible manner for people who voted for President Obama to see those records, okay? So he hasn't abided by his promises, but see, that's another story. You had Clinton siphoning classified data outside of the United States government, and Comey watched the short on this channel. He says it in his own words. He says it himself on the short. He says, well, you know what? There were violations of the legal statutes pertaining to the handling of classified data, but no reasonable prosecutor would indict. And so then Democrats say, oh, the rule of law. By the way, my latest short, Mueller says himself, it's Mueller's own words, Robert Mueller, the Honorable Robert Mueller time. Remember the special counsel Mueller that found nothing with Trump? Absolutely nothing. But nobody called for the special counsel to end when they found absolutely nothing. They just indicted people on process crimes. The allegation that Trump colluded or conspired or worked with the Kremlin was completely false. They never even got close to indicting Trump because, again, they fabricated everything. Watch the short on this channel. It is up. It will be below in the description, in the pinned comment and description. But watch the short, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to this. Oh, I will have a live stream tonight at around 7:30 p.m. Pacific. So be here for the live stream at 7:30 p.m. I'll try to be on time, ladies and gentlemen. So be here 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Judge again sides with Trump in Mar-a-Lago documents fight. The order Thursday is Cannon's first significant move in the process since last week, when a federal appeals court sharply rejected her decision to initially include about 100 documents with national security classification mark. So, you're always going to get here, let's just read this. The judge overseeing Donald Trump's challenge to the Federal Bureau of Investigation's seizure of documents from his Florida estate again sided with the former president Thursday in an ongoing showdown with the Justice Department. U.S. District Court Judge Eileen Cannon issued an order extending the timeline of an outside review Trump demanded of the documents and other materials the Bureau seized from Mar-a-Lago on August 8th as part of an investigation into alleged unlawful retention of classified materials and other government records, as well as obstruction of justice. So they didn't get him on obstruction in the Mueller probe because the Mueller probe was started on false, bogus, fake, absurd pretexts, initial allegations. He would never worked with the Kremlin. Just because James Clapper and Brennan and the Steele dossier and Glenn Simpson and Clinton and the DNC said so doesn't make it so, doesn't make it true. Okay, watch the short, the latest one on this channel. Mueller said there's no evidence, or the evidence was insufficient, meaning there was no evidence to indict, meaning there was no evidence. Okay, they weren't honorable enough to even say, oh, there was no evidence, we didn't find any evidence you committed a crime. The evidence was insufficient. In other words, there was no evidence to use in a court of law to prove your claim. Democrats cannot prove their claims about Trump. If he was guilty of 1/100th of everything he was accused of, he would have already been in prison. The difference is that Clinton, Hunter, Democrats are actually guilty. Joe is actually guilty. They use investigations to then hide and cover up the truth. Oh, we're investigating Hunter. Well, you have the emails that show graft and bribery schemes. You have the 150 suspicious financial transactions. By the way, hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, right now. And definitely watch the new short and be here at 7:30 p.m. Pacific for the live stream. But you have all the information You have all the information you need to indict. You have nothing on Trump. That's why you say, oh, we're investigating him. We're investigating him because he hasn't committed a crime, and you need that public relations spin, and you need that political boost before midterms. You're going after your direct political rivals. You're trying to interfere in the midterms, as always, with the Mueller probe in 2018. But here, so she also overruled some of the procedures proposed by an independent reviewer, senior district court, whom she appointed. So she overruled. Big deal. Great. It actually benefits Trump to the detriment of the Democratic Party. Okay. Maybe they're after him and they're trying to just, they're trying to torment him. It's not working. They're not going to get Trump on anything. But here, CNN, Trump bails Trump out of special master plan that would have forced uncomfortable submissions in court. Here, former President Trump got another boost in his bid to challenge the Bureau search. With U.S. District Court canon reshaping the plan put forward by the special master she appointed. So what if she appointed this? If he's not doing what he should, or if he perhaps needs to abide by a certain law, what's the problem there? Oh, that's right, it helps Trump. Oh, you can't have that. Cannon ended several aspects of the plan proposed by Raymond Dearie, Judge Dearie, who put forward by Trump's third party that would require the former president to make uncomfortable assertions in court, including whether he actually believes the FBI planted evidence in Mar-a-Lago as he suggested in public statements. Here's the issue with Trump and that statement. Democrats recoil in horror. They're completely indignant always. If you told them in 2016, yeah, he didn't work with the Kremlin, the NSA and others would have already found out. Oh my God, how dare you? The special counsel Mueller has to investigate in 2017. We don't know yet. How dare you say he never worked with the Kremlin? Look at these Facebook ads swung 2016. They believe in complete nonsense. The people who are so petrified that inaccurate information will sway voters are the ones who perpetuate the most absurd allegations. And then when they're called on it and when they find nothing, they found nothing with Stormy. Avenatti's in prison. They found nothing with Mueller probe. Like, absolutely nothing. And then you get these imbeciles saying, well, we knew that there was a concerted effort by the Kremlin. How many can you even name a Facebook ad? There's not one Democrat on this planet who can actually name a Facebook ad. Like, explain what the ad looked like. How did it sway and how did it convince people to go from Clinton to Trump? They won't be able to tell you. And so now Trump doesn't have to sign a sworn declaration saying, well, I hereby retract my statement that the pristine Bureau never planted anything. Could they have? Definitely they could have. You have Bureau officials resigning. You have Bureau officials saying we'll stop Trump. You have one official resigning because he covered up the Hunter story. You have one official who pled guilty to falsifying records. If you watch the short on this channel regarding Michael Horowitz, you'll see that there were more than three that he found that had animus towards Trump. Okay? It's not rocket science. You have people in a bureaucracy that despise Donald Trump. You have law enforcement officials, the highest law enforcement agency. You have people at the top who absolutely despise Trump. Now, Democrats are very proud of this. Okay? They're very happy that they have government officials on their side. They think that, like, they're going after Trump. And sometimes you go on, like, MSNBC and you see the comments. It's so hilarious. Like, Trump, one day he'll have to, face his crimes and he'll go to prison. And it's like, no. Clinton actually did commit crimes. James Comey even said that. And you can watch the short on this channel where James Comey actually states this. The shorts on this channel, you can actually see my words and actually, more importantly, the words of government officials, James Comey, Michael Horowitz, Robert Mueller. All three honorable, wonderful men. You can hear their words. Okay? It's not like, if there's a person who watches this channel has a problem with my viewpoint, forget about me. I'm insignificant. I'm just a lowly, YouTuber, talks about politics and other issues. Sometimes it gets the occasional workout segment. Watch the short with me lifting 110-pound dumbbells. But I am not Robert Mueller. I'm not James Comey. I'm not Michael Horowitz. These people are like Inspector General, former director of the Bureau, former special counsel. It's their words you need to worry about, morally superior liberal Democrats, not mine. And their words tell the world that, oh yeah, there was never anything on Trump. So now, because of the haphazard manner, and finally 10 minutes in, because of the haphazard manner in which they took all the documents, the judge said basically, look, they took so many documents, it's impossible for Trump to actually make a sworn declaration. Because Trump, like I said this morning, his lawyers claim there's 200,000 plus documents taken. Trump won't have to back up his claim in court about the Bureau planting evidence. So, because the judge probably realizes it's very possible. It's very possible that they planted evidence because you have agents with absolute contempt for Trump. Cannon on Thursday rejected the part of special master that would have forced the president's legal team to back up his out-of-court claims. Why would he have to do that? Like, when you already know that you had one agent stating we'll stop Trump, you have one agent who falsified records to a FISA judge, you have numerous other agents that had text messages that were negative and, berating Trump. You have one agent forced out the other week, like 2 weeks ago, because he helped he influenced social media algorithms. The New York Post was suspended by Twitter in large part because of this agent's work or agents that he was working with. So, I mean, the whole thing was like, you have the entire American political system leveled at Trump. They're like, basically, you have like morally superior, highly educated, wonderful liberal Democrats who are basically like touching themselves in ecstasy every time like Mar-a-Lago gets raided, or there's another investigation in Georgia for something that happened 2 years ago where they couldn't find a crime, but they're investigating. One day they will. One day they'll get Trump. You just wait. It could be after he's in the Oval Office in 24, but you wait. And so it's like they've convinced themselves. See, what really took place, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you watch this channel. The Clintons had 30, 40 years of endless scandals, overt law-breaking, or, covert law-breaking, whatever. And they had a graft and bribery scheme, a scheme with the foundation. Okay, that's obvious. Uranium One, 20% of U.S. uranium capacity. Oh, but Trump was the operative of the Kremlin. Okay, that's the New York Times. Okay, even Snopes said, well, President Obama could have vetoed the sale. It wasn't Hillary to veto. It's like, well, okay, why didn't he veto the sale? I thought they were the big adversaries that we have in this generation. So, yeah, we know why. And so, what happened is Democrats and media and the American political establishment says, how can we get the average Democrat to care enough about politics in the way that the average Republican cares about the Clintons? Or the average person with any knowledge of politics understands or is aware or cognizant of what the Clintons have done the past 30, 40 years. Okay. Let's just accuse Trump of everything under the sun and tie his rhetoric to democracy or, the fate of democracy and accuse him of everything, accuse him of things he never said, have the entire media go after him because in 2016 he slipped through the cracks. They weren't expecting Trump in 2016. Now they have everything leveled at him. And now you have morally superior, apoplectic, almost always hysterical, but highly educated, wonderful, beautiful human beings, liberal Democrats, who live for Trump to be one day in prison because of the crimes that he committed that they can't prove in a court of law. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Be here tonight for the live stream at 7:30. Thanks.